The Pandero is 190 platinum to buy, or you can build it, and you can see they actually did, after it came in, go in and change the stats. No, actually they didn't. The charge shot and the normal fire share exactly the same crit chance, crit multiplier, magazine, status, everything. Even the damage is exactly the same between the two. But it looks good. That can't be denied. It is a pretty nice looking weapon. Build costs, on the other hand, 2 Argon crystals, 5,500 of 5,500 cryotic, 25,000 salvage again. Octavia cost that. 4,500 circuits. Not that bad actually, especially considering it's only a 12-hour build. It's not a 24-hour build, which I prefer 12 hours. I think everybody does. I did keep comparing it to this, the Azima, the 100-day login reward. But as you can see, yeah, this is way better than the Azima, which is a huge shame because the Azima, in theory, should be a really good secondary, being 100 days played is the only way to obtain it. You can't build it, you can't buy it, you have to play for 100 days to get it. And this thing is better for normal fire. Even the charge shot is better than the disc that the Azima shoots, because it doesn't have as... I can't find a bad side to it. It's just better. The red numbers for the Azima mean in every way it's better, apart from the magazine capacity, which is just a shame because I really wanted the Azima to be better than this, because that's a decent weapon. That just means this is possibly even better, but like the primary, no Forma in this either. No polarities. That can either mean that it's going to be really powerful or really bad. When it comes to builds, I'll admit straight away I did go for the Lethal Torrent Barrel Diffusion setup, but do have Primed Pistol Gambit and of course Primed Target Cracker in here, as well as Jolt and Pistol Pestilent. That's kind of added a little bit of status to it, but not really that much. I ended up forming it 3 times and then added another V, so I basically put 4 Vs on it. I'm torn between putting another one and a dash, simply because I did put Slip Magazine in, as well as Hornet Strike. I didn't mention that, but that kind of went without saying, but completely forgot that Primed Slip Magazine is a thing. Of course, a 4th Forma, probably the dash because it's a 14-point mod, but that would be committing to forever leaving that mod on here. I couldn't make my mind up, so I just went with the normal one. Primed Slip Magazine will take it to 12 though, and this thing's biggest downside has got to be its lack of magazine capacity. The reload's not that bad, but the lack of magazine can play a bit of a problem. Of course, with Primed Pistol Gambit and Target Cracker in here, it takes it to 86.1% crit chance with a 4.8 times multiplier, making it quite a powerful weapon. For those actually keeping track, these are the same stats that the Euphona Prime has when it comes to the crit. This thing works very similar to it. But to be fair to the Pandero, it's actually a pretty decent weapon. Its fire rate is probably the biggest saving point, and it reloads fairly quickly. Comparing it to something like the Euphona Prime, which I didn't do previously, is kind of a waste of time, because the Euphona Prime has 292.5 impact, this has 19. Huge difference, so it's not worth comparing it. But the fire kind of similar styles, though this, instead of the secondary being a shotgun based blast like it is on the Euphona, it's more of a very aim destroying, magazine emptying, submachine gun style. It just blasts everything out almost instantly, and aiming it could kill this weapon. It's alternate fire, though it does do a nice amount of damage to one enemy, because the aim is so bad on it. I straight up stopped using it. I used it for a tiny little bit and went, its standard fire mode is better And because you can land every round, it's just simply more damaging, because with that secondary fire you are going to miss a lot of the people you aim for, because it's just insanely inaccurate. If you stick to the primary, it's actually pretty decent, even though it does have a very low damage compared to other secondary weapons. Its crit is also the saving factor of it. I was using this and was very impressed. The projectile was actually pretty quick in getting to where it was going. It wasn't too slow. I fought the urge not to put the multi-shot on this, because could get a lot more damage from this by dumping multi-shot completely, sticking the primed pistol gambit and primed target cracker into those Vs, probably named those mods wrong, I don't think I did, and put base elements in there, and that would still leave me lots of space for other mods. I'm basically dumping 2 mods and I'm not adding any. I've added more elemental, and that would make it a little bit more powerful, but the fire rate goes down and kind of ruins the weapon. So this thing being kind of a weird secondary was, dare I say it, better than the primary that came out at the same time. Because I did find myself completely ignoring that once I swapped. I formatted that twice, equipped this, and next thing I knew there was 4 Forma in it, and I hadn't even fired a round out of the primary. It was just sitting on my back the whole time. I dropped a couple Formas in. This was definitely more fun, for me at least. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.